Thank you so much. For those coming in, make sure to hit the like button. We know how funny YouTube is with the algorithms. Um, and again, let me preface my statements by saying that this is based on what happened this morning. And again, the views are mine and mine alone. Hey, Michelle's daughter, how are you this evening? I pray that everybody is doing fine. It's always a pleasure to see you in the chat. I don't know if you saw the replay this morning. And I also want to apologize. I was on my phone, so there was some feedback on the phone. I was away from the house, so that's where that came in. And obviously, hey, listen, I didn't want to distract from the panel, so I just dropped myself from the panel because, I mean, let's face it, it was more about what was going on. No, I figure you didn't see it this morning, but I'm going to give a brief synopsis, at least where I came in from it. And I did, I replayed it from the beginning. And this is from, and I hate doing this because normally I don't really like to even give other people's names because, you know, some people will say, oh, you clout chasing, you this, yeah, whatever. Well, unfortunately, I have to, yeah. It was on Pastor Jay Wilson's panel. Hey, Cheryl Burnett, how are you doing this evening? And as you know, for the most part, I do not do beef sector content. You know it, and I know it. Because to be quite honest, a lot of this time, I don't have the time. I don't do the back and forth, talk about this person, talk about that. I don't really do that. And I will, well, I actually did my finals synopsis yesterday, but on this one, obviously, there's going to be a crazy NBA finals, but I digress. Let me stick to the matter at hand. Now, earlier on Jay Wilson's panel, I mean, people were actually getting on Lord Karma and Trevor. I wouldn't be shocked if that will be the finals. But in my opinion, and again, this opinion is mine and mine alone. Listen, I noticed a lot of people were going against Ken Nola. And I like Ken Nola. You know, it's amazing how we have become almost numb to letting these guests, and they are guests, and that's why the name of this particular live stream is Disrespectful Guests. We all know what the beef sector brings, and we know what it's made. We know that is 99.9% all people. But it seems like every 3 months, there's always got to be some type of interloper who wants to make their presence felt in the beefing sector for some ungodly reason. Yeah, I'm going to hate when basketball season is over also, but it is what it is. And it seems like this particular, you think they did Doc Rivers bad? Doc Rivers should have been fired after last year. Are you serious? How many game sevens has he lost? See, now you're distracting me. You're distracting me, Cheryl Burnett. They did Doc bad. Him and James Harden should have been shipped out. See, I digress. See, there you go. But again, you're distracting me from the matter at hand here. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, that Lord Karma person knew exactly what he said, he tried to clean it up and did a half-ass job of that, by the way. Using the term and nods. We know what he meant. Stop it. You could use the excuse that, oh, I'm from across the pond and this is how we use certain things and whatever. Yeah, right. No, it's all right. It's all right. You know, I love you guys, and you guys are more than fine. But getting back to the matter at hand, listen, this Lord Karma person was pretty much playing in our faces. He figured he'd get his 15 minutes. And let's face it, if you're in the beef sector long enough, you're going to get 15 minutes. And that's exactly what he did. I mean, he tried to, and he did it the real cowardly way and tried to clean it up. Oh, I used the term Nick Dog, which is so-and-so. I mean, and I'm paraphrasing the Lord Karma person. And listen, if you feel that I'm wrong, that's fine also. I mean, we're more than... I don't mind people disagreeing with my take. But again, this is my take. Now, a few people were saying that Pastor Jay Wilson, oh, you let so-and-so take over. We all know, anybody that's been listening and watching Jay Wilson, he runs his platform a certain way, and he has more of a laissez-faire approach. And it works for him. And listen, I would never tell anybody how to run their platform. That is that man's platform, and he runs it accordingly. And that's why he gets the numbers that he gets. And I mean, obviously, I respect how everybody runs their own platform. That being said, I mean, those guys should have been checked long earlier. And when I say they, I mean both of them, because both of those guys, and when I say both of them, I'm talking about Lord Karma and that Trevor person. They were both talking over him. They were both disrespectful. And you know what? Ken Nola, in my opinion, was absolutely right, saying that they were both playing on our faces and was right to distrust both of them. I don't trust any interloper when it comes to the beefing sector. Or as Kwani would put it, the beefing sector. And I can't say it like she can, of course. But this is not the first time that we've gone through this in the beef sector. I mean, there's been the Jasons of the world, among others. That German lady. But we insist on letting these, inviting these winners into the cookout. Well, that's that's another chapter in another book. And listen, I mean, if they use the N-word, then, it is what it is. And I don't want to hear that, oh, well, you, and that's the other thing, too. These two were so disgustingly arrogant with it. Oh, you people this, you people that. Oh, these ignorant. You know what? We're so damn ignorant. Then why are you here? I mean, is it that you can't fit in anywhere else, for crying out loud? I mean, my goodness. I mean, we don't need these interlopers that bring absolutely nothing to the table in this platform. You don't need it. And listen again, not all of, I mean, and I never deal with absolutes when dealing with anybody or any group of people. I just don't do that. Oh, I actually spoke on that yesterday. You'll have to see yesterday's live that I did, because I did speak on that. Hey, Comet, how you doing this evening? Good to see you. But, I mean, the arrogance of these people were just absolutely ridiculous. And then the half-hearted apology that Lord Karma gave, you know what? I wouldn't accept that. He might as well just wrote it on toilet paper and wiped his ass with it, because it was just about as useful. And he only did it when he was backed up against the wall. And the crazy part is, for the most part, and they all, they for the most part, the disrespectful interlopers, the disrespectful guests, they tend to do that. No problem at all. I'm on so sporadically where it's sort of hard, so I get it. They'll sit in, they'll leave a few comments. They come in, they're wolves in sheep's clothing, so to speak. They start out nice, hi so-and-so, hi so, they want to speak to everybody. And then when they get comfortable enough, sort of like this old Cyndi Lauper song, I see your true colors shining through. And it never fails, ladies and gentlemen. It never fails. Now, there are a handful of people that have been guests in the beef sector that have conducted themselves very well. And listen, I know that everybody at one time or another in the beef sector has said some outlandish things. I mean, that is the nature of the beast. But there's definitely lines drawn when it comes to disrespecting the hosts. When you are of another race and another creed and using that N-word willy-nilly. And it's so easy to say, well, you guys use it like yourselves, so why do you get upset? First off, not all of us use the N-word as freely as others. And you know what's so crazy? Nobody talks about the Italians when they call themselves paisan. Nobody gets on them. It's always our group of people that are put under a microscope. Nobody else is put under the same microscope as our people. I'm not going to waste a lot more time on this. But listen, I am not arrogant enough to tell anybody where they can and cannot go on this YouTube platform and on these YouTube streets. I don't care if I had 50 subs, 150 subs, or 150,000 subs. Doesn't matter. But that being said, and I know that the beef sector is a different, is an entirely different scope. I get it. But even in the beef sector, there are certain do's and there are certain unwritten rules in it. And one of those unwritten rules is, number one, you do not disrespect the host content creator on their platform. That's number one. First of all, he didn't even need to bring you up there. And he was very gracious. And he for the most part, is very gracious. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a moderator there, because, I mean, me and Jay Wilson have had disagreements, but we've always handled it with respect and showed each other the etiquette that is deserved. But I noticed that Christopher W. actually had it right when he said that we are that, and when he said that he's referring to himself being a Caucasian male, that he is a guest and to conduct himself, and he does conduct himself as a guest. And he does it accordingly, where he shows respect to the content creators, but he doesn't come out of pocket. Now, more people need to follow that script. Now, I can't tell anybody, oh, you shouldn't accept Lord Karma's apology. I can't tell you that. All I'm going to say is, and see, we're too quick. See, part of the problem with our people also is we'll quickly forgive the interloper, but continue to disrespect the people who are in-house in the beef sector. Can you please make that make some sense, ladies and gentlemen? Because in my world, it makes absolutely no sense. And in my opinion, that is one of the reasons why we are in the positions that we've been in as a people for so long as it's been. And don't let the other British person off the hook either, because he was quite condescending his damn self. Even though he was allegedly against Lord Karma. But it'll be interesting to see if either A, they continue to be in the beef sector, and B, how they conduct themselves from here on in. But I guess time will tell that. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to keep it the same way I always keep it. And I'm going to trust absolutely, positively no one, especially any interloper who is a guest in the beef sector. Thank you so much for joining me, Michelle's daughter, Cheryl Burnett, Comet, and everybody else who joined in. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. UncleClaude signing out. Be sure to catch up on the last couple of live streams where you want to know my thoughts on the upcoming Eastern and Western Conference finals. and my thoughts on John Morant. UncleClaude signing out. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and God bless.